Good evening, everybody. We are live on the internet. And we got a Gestalt in the chat because Gestalt has no voice.
Yeah.
And Arvax will be in shortly. So our stuff at the bottom should be in order very, very soon. In theory. So, how's everybody doing this evening?
I am existing 6 stitches in my hand.
Still sweating.
Just tired, as usual.
I'm in the same boat, Cannon, of I've gotten a shower and I'm still sweating from being outside. I think I'm still slow roasting.
It's only about 90 degrees out here in the shop.
Ugh. Okay. So, you will need to forgive Frey and I. We're eating a late dinner. So, let's see. There's a question for Knox in the chat.
Yeah, no. Just had the one hand done due to not having enough vacation time and due to circumstances of my company doesn't exactly explain things all that well to us out here. I don't have short-term disability, so I got the left one done now, and then I'll probably get the right one done sometime mid-late November. Once I have enough time saved up.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay, so, let's see. The last game ended. Y'all defeated the Vicar and what the Vicar became. And part of the party went charging off to meet the orcs, or the Finn, and the rest of the party went back to the boat, following Orna and the children. And we will pick up with that part of the party because Arvax is not here yet.
Yeah.
Did we get a rest during that time frame?
You have not gotten a rest in that time frame. However, you did do a prayer of healing, and I kept up with your spell slots. So, Perry, Tarl, twins, Sham, or Rock, y'all are making your way back down to your boat where Greg has everything still tied up. And, yeah, he seems very concerned that there is a large orc lady and several children that are much larger still than him are wanting to get on the boat.
It's fine that this is Arvax's mom, and these are like her people's children, so it's fine.
They're Arvax's children.
Yes, they're Arvax's children.
You know what? Roll a deception check at advantage.
$29, natural 20.
Yep. Greg 100% believes this. He's also surprised that Arvax has this many children.
You know, you shouldn't judge. She should get freaky too.
I mean, you say that, but when we first met you, your entire clan was trying to get into the church because that's where all of your mothers were.
Well, I'm a kobold and we have big families. I didn't think elves did.
Well, they're orcs. So, there's that.
Yeah, she may look like an elf, but culturally she's an orc.
Oh. All right. Where are we going?
And you know what? Honestly, we'll probably, once this is all done, once everyone's safe and this whole thing is over and we move on, since we're coming back into the Finn, so she's going to see her family and stuff. When we part ways with the Finn and everything, she's probably going to be a little sad. So it's probably a good idea that you start calling her mommy. Just to make her feel better.
Shenanigans that I could do.
You don't know about any of this because you're charging off Leroy Jenkins.
I wasn't
style.
Arvax. That was me wondering what the fuck y'all are doing.
Don't worry about it.
It applies still.
You'll find out eventually.
Yep. Got to fix cannons. Yeah, Orna's going to kind of echo, yes, where do you intend to go?
Well, so that would be, I think that would be a better question for you. Where can we go that is safe for you and the children?
God damn it, internet connection. Comcast has been garbage on this upload. Anyway, I heard the horn, and I hear the cheer, but I still don't believe it is safe to bring the children anywhere near that.
Probably best to give us some time so that the stragglers and the end of the battle thing, whole end of the battle thing, can kind of disperse.
So that's why I ask you. You have the boat. I am not going to commandeer it.
True, but you know these woods.
Well, considering, and she points downstream, that is where the woven branch came from, I don't think it's necessarily safe for us to go back. However, if they're in a full retreat or they head back to Cod, instead of going back whence they came, then it might be safe to go back to Fin Deep. So, I would prefer to wait and see. However, if that is not your prerogative, it is your vessel that I am a guest on.
Well, our prerogative is currently Arvax's prerogative. And considering the fact that she ran out guns blazing to check on everything at the end of the fight, it's probably a good idea to wait here. She knows where the boat is.
That is valid, and that is not surprising that she did that. She's done that ever since she was little.
Kind of a doer, not a thinker.
Little bit. She's always felt like she had to prove something.
I will say this: since she's been running around with us, she has gotten a lot better at hitting things with her weapon. My brother showed her some tips and tricks, and she has gotten markedly better.
She stares at Mulak and then back at you. I find that very hard to believe.
No, it's true.
It is. I saw her hit something just today.
Yeah, watch this. And I pull out my sword, and as I pull it out, it starts to play just a little ditty, and then I swing it around a few times.
And by ditty he means immigrant song.
as you go to do that, she's just gonna like touch your hand and slowly try to slide your weapon back into the sheath. Like, no, that's not necessary.
Eh? Pretty impressive.
She recognizes skill.
She also stares at you. Are you eating ice?
Yes, leave me alone about my ice.
You're hurting the dental technician. Oh my god, we've lost one in every 10 scenes or 10 frames. Great.
No. We're paying we're paying for the dental technician eventually, maybe.
Gotta go to the dentist for that, though.
Yep. Seriously, it's now dropped down to 2. What the fuck? I'm going to have to call my internet provider and ask them why my upload speeds have been garbage.
Because they hate you, that's why.
Well, it's been like the last 2 weeks, and I'm assuming some of it might be the storms.
It's probably because it's prime time and it's hot and there's more people inside on the internet.
Possibly. Just makes it kind of sucky. Anyway.
Coax men with his thing.
So, is the party choosing to wait here?
I think that's best, because otherwise I don't know if Arvax would know where to find us.
Okay. So we will then... Is anybody else wanting to do anything while y'all are here waiting on the boat?
Oh, yes. I'm going to go over to my nap spot and begin to the process of resummoning Juno.
And Tarl's going to take a long rest.
All right.
I'm gonna regale Greg about all of the times that Arvax told me about having her different children and which ones were natural, which ones weren't. I'm gonna say 2 of them were adopted, but the rest are all hers.
Orna is going to slowly move all these children away from you. But she is also not correcting you in what you're saying.
Peregrine's gonna, like, stick around Orna and the kids and, like, try to help get them comfortable and, like, be very hovery.
Orna will allow it because she is familiar with you, I believe.
Yeah, we would have met at least a couple of times.
So, Tarl's getting a rest, summoning, telling Greg about all these fake children. Well, real children, but not Arvax's children.
Well,
as far as you know. What is Mularn doing?
Arm is looking around the kind of taking a break, like taking a kind of resting up, not doing much, but I'm looking along the riverbanks, kind of keeping an eye out up and down the river. I'm also collecting about 20 to 25 stones, approximately as close to the same size and shape as my transmutation stuff.
Okay. And when we will jump to Gestalt and to Arvax. So Arvax, you're running down this hill in the direction that the battle was, correct?
Yeah.
So, I think I said it was like a half-ish mile or so away.
I don't remember.
But as you're getting there, you hear that there's still some whooping going on from some of the front the front line warriors. But you can also see that there is a lot of your tribe that's on the ground.
A lot of what? You keep for me.
What?
You keep coming in and out.
Yeah, that is because apparently my internet connection as a whole is now being garbage. So, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I couldn't hear what you said I saw.
Yeah. So this is just the internet, y'all. You see that there are a good number of your tribe on the ground. Several not moving. There is a dwarf with no half of a head.
Ah, grim.
And there is a tiefling that has been gutted and impaled on a pike by a keeper. Keeper. That then has a battle axe planted into its forehead.
Yeah.
So, as you keep going through, you can also see that you know that there is less than 100 in your tribe. There's less than 50 that you can see. In fact, it might be less than 40.
That are up or on the ground?
That are up. And as you're getting closer, you can see that there is a litter being carried quickly by two.
What?
A litter. Like a stretcher.
Hey, you went robot-y.
Hooray, technical difficulties. But yeah, you do see that there are two, what do we call them? Spears of Gramush. Or no, Voxabors.
Voxel Sword.
And
Your mother is calling you for the second time. Hang on.
yay tonight. Oh no. I know. I really wish I could get AT&T out here simply for fiber and more reliability. But currently I can only get AT&T dial-up.
Give him time.
Which I didn't think was still a thing. So while that's happening, back at the boat, Greg is just captivated by all these kids that are now apparently Arvax's kids. And absolutely nothing is probably going to convince him ever that they are not Arvax's kids. Am I still coming through Roboti, or is it okay?
You there?
Mostly okay.
She butt dialed me and then called me back to see if she had butt dialed me.
Wow. Well, we did forget to call her after therapy today. Anyway, Arvax, you can see that there is a litter being carried by two of the warriors, and on it is a older female orc.
The Hadga?
Yep. She is missing a leg.
Oh, God. Fuck. I'm heading to them and everyone else who is still up.
Okay, as you get over there, the ones that are up are very quickly trying to gather not dead that are down. And Hagda she is trying to sit up and she is yelling at folks to gather, stop celebrating, gather the living. We need to keep moving. This is only going to be temporary.
Oh, God. This is clusterfuck. I'm going to run up to where she is.
She is going to stare at you, and the first thing out of her mouth is, "Help move the wounded."
Oh, well, we have a boat. It's up near the fork. That's where Orna is with the children.
And she is going to say, "Move," to everybody.
I will set to helping them gather up the wounded and leading them to the boat.
Okay, you were kind of robot-y there, but I got the gist.
I will help. I will start helping whoever is close.
Gestalt. Gestalt, are you literally just gathering limbs from whoever on the battlefield at the moment? Okay. Okay. As y'all are doing this, you're starting to realize, Arvax, there's probably only about 30 able-bodied folks. And maybe, when all is said and done, 8 people that were not mostly dead or completely dead. But you're able to start getting everybody over towards the boat. But the problem is the boat is definitely not big enough to take on like another 35-ish people.
No, but I'd rather we all be in one place.
So, folks on the boat. Very quickly, you start seeing just Finn orc warriors and wounded coming over the hill down towards the boat. Followed by Kolo, who is apparently Katamari Damashiing everything in his path to get back towards the boat. Just picking up limbs, weapons. Sorry, Chris. But everybody looks rough. So,
Well,
I'll just wave at him. Over here!
and as you wave, you start going, "Oh," or you start saying, that's a lot of them.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
So very quickly, they're down on the shore near the boat, and you can see that there is a older female orc that is missing a leg and being carried on a stretcher or a litter. Ordering the wounded to be put on the boat, but slaps anybody that tries to put her on it. So what does everybody do in the scene of this chaos that is unfolding right now?
lend what help I can. Just kind of start to tend to the wounded and kind of see about I don't know, triaging people and seeing who needs more help and what, and
I'll
Kinda
go.
sort-
Oops, sorry.
kind of sorting through.
I'll just go wherever the kids are, and I'll just do like paltry magic tricks to entertain them,
Give me that
Keep them-
performance check.
keep them out of the way. Can I do sleight of hand instead?
Sure.
24.
Okay. The kids are moderately entertained to well entertained by this because there's always that one little jerk whenever there's, a magic trick going on.
And occasionally I'll pepper in actual magic whenever that kid gets a little out of hand, just to blow his mind too.
So, as for triage, Mularn, that seems like it's already probably been done. These are the folks that could be get up and go.
Well, I guess we'll start trying to make our way to. I had. I'm going to. I'm gonna cast more and Faithful Hound.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have him kind of once we get to the point where we need to, and then I'm gonna go to Orna. And it's like, do you know somewhere that that's safe that we can get your people?
No. We did intend to make it over toward Rodrin's Morris and go across the mire, thinking an army could not follow that quickly, but we also didn't think that they could move through the damp wood as fast as they did. And to be honest, that most likely was because they did employ Jimothy.
We have at least 6 or 7 months before Jimothy becomes a problem again. Well, I mean, we can now that they've retreated back towards back from away from. Did they retreat back up towards Cod or away from Cod, like towards Fendi?
They definitely didn't retreat back into the swamp. They were going up, probably crossing the Green Way, the other river that makes up the fork.
Toward Toothfish, maybe?
Maybe, but there's a good chance that they're just on the other side of the river that's just north of here.
Maybe we should at least let everyone just take a rest here and then figure out where to go from there.
As y'all are talking, one very, very grumpy older female orc has been not unceremoniously, but orders were ignored so that a stretcher was tossed up onto the deck.
They were going to do it eventually.
They eventually were going to do this, yes.
All right. So how many wounded are currently on the boat?
Counting Hagda, there are about 6-7 wounded. Ranging from her missing a whole limb to multiple lacerations that are being hit with salve and bandages.
And none of us are really good either. So
Yeah. How far? How far of a journey would it be to get to Rogers Morass?
If you were to go back to COD and come down the road,
No.
a week, maybe.
Straight.
If you were to go straight, it all depends on how the Grand Mire is at the moment. Like, roll me a... Okay, OBS, I get it. You disconnected. Roll me a history check.
Can I do it with advantage?
Sure.
Don't matter. Never mind. Fuck it.
Can she give me advantage for helping?
Not with those rolls.
That medicine was to care for the wounded.
Okay, Tarl, you're able to start getting things cleaned up and taken care of. Mularn with 18. You know that the Codfile Diocese is the ass end of everything for the theocracy. It is literally almost a third of the continent. And it is a massive set of mud flats that have levee roads. Like, there's the Cod route, and then there is the sea route, and then there's the middle way. Like, this area, the reason that it has not... One, there's not anything really to profit from economically here that the theocracy knows. This is just territory to claim territory.
Mhm.
It is extremely hard to navigate through, and this is probably why people like Jimothy and the Rotwood Clutch of goblins have been able to operate and do what they do. It's probably why the Finn's been allowed to do what it does in the damp wood and out in the mire, is because it's literally too expensive and too slow to track them. Like, it all depends, because if it dries out, it's a giant dry mud flat that you could move across decently unless you found a spot where it sank. If it has been wet... Oh no, Jake lost his Discord. Is it back, Jake? I take that as a no.
All right.
So it all depends on if the mire is good or not. You also know that Rodrin's Morass is extremely difficult to try to navigate across.
Mire's not safe. Where we're going is safe.
Okay, my internet connection is so bad it's now saying that it cannot identify our stream key.
E.
It says we still have a stream up, but I'm not streaming.
It's loading on my end.
And Jake still has no Discord? Or
I'm back.
He's back.
okay, he's back.
Nope, no stream now.
Okay, it looks like we're up. Alrighty, we'll see how it goes. We're still recording. Fun. Anyway, so getting across the mire would be...
A challenge.
If you knew what you're doing, you could probably get there across foot. especially a smaller mobile group, especially if they know what to do. A military going across is going to be a pain.
Okay. So what if I polymorph myself into a brontosaurus?
You will sink. Like if you polymorph.
What if I polymorph myself into a Leopleurodon?
You will sink.
A magical Leopleurodon.
Yeah, I know where that one was going. You would mostly sink, but you'd be able to flip floppy. But if it gets dried out, then you're now just a beach Leopleurodon. So, that might not be the best way to do it.
We can't go back up to COD with an entire group of orcs. Not safe that way. Not safe toward Helens. We don't know where they backed off to.
Well, what if you just took them somewhere else?
There's not a whole lot of places that are going to accept orcs nearby. That's why they live in the Dampwood.
Well, that just depends on how badly you want them to be somewhere, then, doesn't it?
Not quite how it works with some of the people around here.
Around here.
As y'all are talking, Hagda comes stumble walking up, and y'all can see that she has now made some form of crude peg leg. It almost looks like she might have druid crafted it for anyone that's magically inclined. And she's going to look at you, Shamrock. Explain exactly what you mean.
Well, I mean, we could always ask the faithful for help.
Someone just moved Greenleaf way off.
No, it's freaking. It was freaking. What the hell just happened? Greenleaf just flew off the fucking map.
That's because somebody's playing with Greenleaf.
Sorry, that was weird.
Do you have a way to get there?
Oh, me personally? No, not right now anyways. I mean, I just kind of end up there whenever I need to be. If that makes sense?
Somewhat, yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
I do represent a certain archfey who likes to get his way.
Hagda is going to look at you. That sounds extremely expensive.
I mean, but the price of safety of your people. What sort of price tag would you place upon that?
Not owning the Fae would be probably high up on that. The plan still is
If
to
you
go.
would rather be decimated, then go ahead.
We already have.
You yet live? I assume there are at least 2 to 3 with reproductive capabilities laying here on this ship. Your people could survive.
As you say that, one of them, yeah, I do. Everybody looks, shut up, Kevin. Look.
All right,
we still need to make it to the morass because that's supposedly where the old ships have been hidden.
Old ships?
We didn't come from here, boy.
Not originally.
Wow, did you just assume my gender? I mean, you assumed correctly, but still, that was very rude.
If you're
Fair.
wanting not if you're not wanting not rude all the time, you're probably not gonna have a good time.
She just looks at you, Shamrock. Fair, but currently not my main issue.
Where's your main issue?
To get my people back to our vessels so we can reconnect with some of the other Finn. We might have been here too long anyway.
Were you originally
But
just
the
going to
vessel's
go?
not just rot. Did you just leave them there, or is there someone taking care of these things?
I don't know. It's been 200 years.
200 years, and you imagine a ship moored somewhere is still, I mean, not a reef?
Hadga, how were you all originally going to go? Just go across the Grand Mire?
Yes. But then we were ambushed by the Diocese folks from COD. Somewhere out in the damp wood, there is still most of a division of Woven Branch, or else I would say we go back to Fin Deep. But Jimothy led them real close, so we had to move.
That
I just hate the Gramush keeps making him come back.
it sounds like your original plan is currently the best option.
That's why we intended to keep going, or at least that's what I was going to do. Thank you for helping. And then she produces from a pack. She holds up, and you see an elf head. This was the cannon that was battling us and took my leg.
Can you hold that still for a little bit? I just need to. I want to commit the face to memory. What was his name?
Cannon Roos.
Well, I'd show you a piece of the vicar, but he kind of.
My understanding, that's what sounded the retreat is when I killed the cannon. And then the vicar was also down.
Oh, so they know he's dead.
It would seem so.
Oh, well, never mind. I don't need this.
Could they believe that he maybe survived and was captured?
Why would... I don't know. I just feel like it would be
I'm pretty
preferable
sure.
to con as someone who's not well known within an organization to have died in a battle.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw her take his head.
I did do it with a great axe.
Not a mediocre one?
No, that's what he took my leg with. And she pulls out this an axe and tosses over to the side.
We're not a subtle people.
Yeah, I've met you.
But the goal is to keep the kids safe and to back away. Make contact with some of the other Finn. Maybe we can come back and take everything we still got in Fin Deep or reclaim it. But right now, there's a whole damn holy wind over there. And we're about the biggest drow targets that they would have.
But aren't you orcs?
The drow is a term that they use for anybody that's not part of their religion. I think it used to reference a race of elves.
They're fascist.
Yeah.
The theocracy.
It actually is kind of weird, and I was talking about this the other day. So,
and you guys are anti-fascists.
I'm anti those assholes.
So they like to use a lot of propaganda, and we definitely don't use that.
Elsewhere, bards going around doing a play.
Definitely don't do that. Look, I Ugh.
Gestalt. I love propaganda. Colodosis just starts making the humming noise of a certain Earth national anthem of a defunct country.
How long would it take just to go straight across the Grand Mire?
Depends on the mire. But you do know that the orcs from Fin Deep, from your tribe, the Drozai, they go out into the Grand Mire.
Yeah, I know they know what they're doing. Just
Are we going in there because it looks muddy?
As you
That
say
is-
that, there's just a bubble somewhere off from the side of the river in the mud.
That is the question of the hour. Are we? I'm gonna look at Arvax, and are we sending them on their way and continuing on as we intended originally, or are we assisting them? Your family, your call.
she looks at Hadga and Orna. I'd rather make sure you all get there in one piece, as much as what's left.
Orna's going to look at you. Was that your mission, though?
No. No, it's not.
You have a mission?
You don't listen for shit, do you?
Greg comes running up. Is the mission all the babies?
What?
She points at all the kids. Your babies. Is the mission all your babies?
No, jeez, I'm gonna look at her. You're right. They don't listen. No, her mission was to attempt peaceful diplomatic relations with the theocracy before this.
Well, sort, not exactly, but to make
Kinda.
change. That's what my mission is. Change
Well, shit changed. So
for the better, not for the worse. That seems to always been going on.
Well, that just depends on whose perspective you're looking for. I'm imagining that these theocracy fellows are quite pleased with themselves.
I don't give a shit about their perspective at this point. At least, I mean, like I said, none of us look good, so we probably all need to at least wait for a second. But also, I have things I need to tell the two of you.
So here's what I propose.
Hagda's going to look you dead in the eyes, Arvax. Please tell me that one of these two is not your boyfriend.
Nope, that's him. And I'll point to Dreyfus.
He's not my... No, none of them! Especially not those two. Especially not that one. And she points at Mulak.
So here's what I
How did I
propose.
Are you all not a polycule? I assumed with your...
Shit, how did I get kicked out of Roll20? What the fuck?
I mean, we could start one?
No!
Perry, what are you thinking as this conversation is hitting?
Who was that to?
Peregrine.
What?
I said, what is Peregrine thinking as this conversation happens?
Oh, you kept going robot when you said her name.
Yeah, it's, again, internet.
Peregrine is just getting thrown off by a lot of new words constantly that she's never heard of before.
The poly something.
Yes,
Polycule.
that sounds like a sheep. Is it a
can
shape?
be.
I think it's got like 20 sides.
Greg, I think that's how we make babies.
I can't stand
No.
any of you.
Well,
Shapes
kobolds
aren't involved
are
in that.
reptiles, so like we all get into a big cuddle pile, and then happens to be eggs.
Okay, thank you, Greg. We don't need any more info on that right now.
Actually, tell me more.
You will go over there and talk about that.
Greg will go over and explain to you the communal nature of child raising and child creation from his clutch of kobolds.
That's so strange. Did you know that pixies do it by spitting seeds in the ground?
Huh.
Well, Gestalt wouldn't these two consider the whole goo thing. Would these be children or offspring or partial clones?
You're gonna cause him to have them to have an existential crisis. Don't be talking about your gorgeous babies like that, Gestalt. Don't be talking about them like that.
Anyway, no, this is Mulak and Milarn, twins. This is just the party. That's
Woo!
Okay.
Party, party, party! Everybody at the party.
That's Shamrock. That over there is Tarl. Then you've met Peregrine. And we have Gestalt, who is a jelly. And then we've got Greg the Kobold. And this is Dreyfus.
Formerly of the diocese.
May I have your name?
Orna looks at you. No. But you may call me Orna.
Why is everyone so suspicious of me all the time?
Hagda looks at you. You mentioned Faye. We mostly deal with
Yes, but
boggers.
something similar to this happened to me the other day, and I hadn't mentioned anything about the Fae. It was very strange.
Shamrock, you give off kind of a vibe. Kind of a Fae vibe.
Dreyfus also.
I like it.
Dreyfus also. There's been a lot of weird shit that's happened in like the year and a half I've known them.
Yeah, dude,
I
like
don't
a lot.
I don't trust any of it. No offense.
Yeah, no,
That's
then
fair.
not taking that's a
Like
That's really fair.
Like we learned my entire life is a lie, on like 4 different levels.
Yeah.
To you, though, you look suspicious and shady. I'm just a sweet little boy.
That's also a matter of perspective.
Dreyfus is just going to go over and rethink life choices again after conversations with the rest of the party.
Yeah, the drivers don't think about it too hard. It's probably for the best. Like, they're not thinking about it too hard. That's probably what's for the best. Look, here's my...
Look out! There's a rock coming this way!
Okay, can I talk to you two, please?
They will gladly step over to the side.
God.
I look for the rock.
I'm pointing at a stray sparrow.
They're full, but I miss home.
Say that again, you kind of broke up.
Ah.
I do not know what's happening, but I hear you.
I don't know what my Discord's doing! It's flipping out!
What?
What the hell? Every time I hit the button to talk, it takes me to a different page on Discord. What the fuck?
Chris?
Okay, it's stopped.
Chris, you cursed the session by saying the session was cursed.
She said, they're friends, and they're helpful, but I miss home. They also drive me insane. But we've found some pretty weird things about the theocracy and those behind it.
Okay.
So we were... What was the name of the island? I'm having a brain fart.
Oblet.
So we were on Oblet, which showed signs of many different kinds of people being there in the past. And in particular, we found a mountain, a cave, where we came across a member of the theocracy that was studying it. And long story short, we came across the actual gods that the theocracy worships trapped in a tree.
What?
It was
I
the...
second that. What?
You're not over here.
You're not being. You did not state you were being sneaky. What's Sham's passive perception?
Oh, I mean, it's not that great. A 12.
I would say since she didn't declare she was being sneaky with it, they just stepped off
I
to the
walked.
side.
I walked away with him, but I'm trying to find where's the list
That's-
of all the damn gods.
It was Coralon is the one that was.
Coralon. We found Coralon sewn to a tree with all of the other gods of the pantheon also trapped in there with him. The theocracy has never been based around them in reality.
Well, then who were they based around?
Lolth is the one who trapped them there and started the cult.
Orna just starts cursing in Orcish.
All of the worship that was supposedly going to Coralon and the others gods has been going to Lolth for 2 millennia. And we've been tasked with finding out how to banish her to stop this.
Huh.
Yeah. So that's part of our job now, is to find out how the hell to banish Lolth.
Hmm.
Also, I died for a minute, sorry, and that was weird.
That's just not good.
No, and it's worse because when I came back, I heard
You're gonna
her.
have to repeat all that.
Huh?
You're gonna have to repeat all that. I heard just ip ops birch
Oh.
skirts.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
What's worse is when I came back, for a moment, I'm pretty sure I heard Lolth in my head saying she was interested now. So she knows we're out here, trying to figure out how to get rid of her.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that's the big bombshell. The entire theocracy is a lie. But not that you can do much with that information, but I figured you should know the truth.
We need to sleep on that information.
I figured.
Right.
Probably a good thing we all sleep on that.
Is there anything else anybody would like to do?
Oh, I will talk to just Hadga for a second, just like out of earshot of anyone else. A while back, I know this is weird, I messaged you about someone, and I know they're dead, but can you tell me anything about Unmara?
Okay, send me a private message to remind me of this NPCM.
Yes.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Okay, while you're doing that, Shamrock, you doing anything with
Yo.
information you just got?
What?
That you overheard that there was a tied up god and that this whole place is predicated on a lie?
That is a lot of information.
I'm gonna look at him and go, "Oh, we hadn't told you." Well, no, I guess things have moved kind of quick since you kind of linked up with us, huh? So yeah, that's the thing. So Coralon sewn to a tree with
Did
the
you
rest of the
unsew them?
pantheon. No, we did not have the capability to do that.
He's actually tied to the tree with the other, like the other gods is the thread that ties him.
Yeah.
Gods are so silly.
I agree.
Yeah. I'm going to make my way over to Arvax and Orna. Or,
Okay, we'll get
which
to
one
that.
are you?
We'll get to that here in just a second. Tarl, anything? Just still treating the wounded?
Still treating the wounded.
All right. You actually find, as you're going through the wounded, an individual that you were not expecting to find. Because, again, most of these folks are orcs. You find someone that is of dwarven and orcish heritage. So, in other words, a very stocky, very hairy half-orc.
Have I ever seen anyone like this before?
You have. Back home, the Elsbane Tig, more since they did take they took over that large forgotten Tig, they pretty much will adopt anybody in or bring anybody into the Tig to maintain everything and also to make sure the last of the dead rose is gone. So it wasn't unusual for folks that other areas might not look at happily to be brought in. But he's going to look at you. You're noble.
Aye, that's right.
What's your house?
Frostborn.
My father was a Utah. He went back years ago. Talked about rebuilding a spire.
One that fell during an earthquake.
Yes.
My father knew him well.
And he will then ask you to proceed to tell him more about that. If you don't want to roleplay that out, canon, that's fine. But it seems like you are making a connection with at least one member. Do you inform him that your father is the one who broke the damn spire?
You broke up. Say that again.
Say, are you going to inform him your father was the one who broke the spire?
Oh yeah, I'll retell the story as it was told to me.
Cool. Perry.
Not really much other than just making sure everyone gets settled down for the night, including herself.
All right. What is your passive perception? It's silly high, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm double checking right quick. Hang on. I got it on the window.
You know, like 20 or something?
I think it is, but I just want to make sure.
Perry sees all.
Yeah, it's 20.
All right. That'll be brought in. And what were you going to say to Hagda, Arvax?
I sent you a private asking if she could tell me anything about Amara. I know she told me when I asked her about it a while back, she just said dead. But I want to know if she had any other info.
She's dead. She ran a cult.
I know that much.
Little
I
bit
didn't know.
little further north off of the Greenway.
What was it a cult to? Do you know?
She worshipped a pit fiend. Yeah, she worshipped a pit fiend or something like that. We always just called him Jangle Bones. Because if he showed up,
Janglebone?
he wore wristbands when she summoned him, and we were watching from afar. He had wristbands made of bones and armor of people he had killed. And she was sacrificing anybody from the theocracy she found to him. A promise of power.
There's one she didn't sacrifice.
No. And that's eventually what killed her.
How did she die?
Longsword wound is what it looked like when we found her body. Didn't go near her when she summoned her boss, so they were doing their recreational stuff. But she always paid for goods and we traded.
So you did have some contact with them.
She was a bad people, but she was reliable bad people, so, paid her bills.
I know it's a weird thing to ask. My tiefling friend, the one I pointed out earlier, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's her son with
You know what? I don't want to know more. That's weird.
the Elvord. That's why I said there was one she didn't kill. He didn't know that either until later. I just was gonna see if I could find anything out about her, but I don't know if he's gonna want to know any of that.
Probably not. Best to let ignorance be what lies here.
Probably.
Speaking of lie, I need to go do that somewhere.
Please do.
She is gonna stumble step off.
Then just kind of check in with Orna and
Okay.
kids and look around and just kind of make sure everything's okay.
Now, Mularn, you were walking up to her and Hagda.
Yeah. So, I would wait, and once Hagda starts to go off, and she starts making her way towards Orna again, I will meet her at Orna.
I would go to Orna after Hagda went to.
Orna is putting blankets over children.
I'll help her do that.
As the one that was kind of a jerk earlier is sitting there trying to do the hand motions that
What are you
Mulak
doing?
did. He just looks at magic.
I don't know if you have that power, little one, but
So, Mularn, as you walk up, what's up?
So, I'm gonna look at Arvax and go. So, have you made a decision?
I have to do what I'm supposed to do, and that's not following them to Morath. So we're gonna keep to our plan and head towards Hillen.
Okay. I will. What time of day is it? Is it like?
It's starting to get late.
Okay. I am going to. I've got the dog out. Basically just continually doing. Oh wait, hang on. Hot dog. Oh, it's on 100 feet from me. Damn it. Okay. I'll kind of get a lay of the land, especially going back towards the way we got to go right now, or tomorrow, and then I will check again tomorrow morning and see if I can see anything different to make sure that there's no. See if I can see any woven branch stragglers or reamassing coming from that direction, heading back this way.
Orna's going to
Yeah.
kind of nod in appreciation.
And I will. So yeah, I'm going to. I'll go ahead. I'm gonna end up using my 5th level spell slot for this. We're about to take a long rest anyway. To polymorph into an eagle. No, to polymorph into because if I'm not mistaken, I can do the same thing. That's perception. 13 eagle.
It's also starting to get late. Does the equal have dark vision? Am I coming through?
Yeah, you are. I didn't open it correctly. I didn't open my thing correctly. Yeah, I'm going to turn into a vulture.
Okay.
And I'm going to fly towards the battlefield.
The hound staying within 100 feet of you?
Yeah, just kind of under me and kind of keeping pace. He is invisible, so you're gonna kind of keep pace with me, and just get to like the edge of the battlefield and just kind of keep circling with the rest of the vultures, which I'm assuming are there.
Yeah. You can see that there are campfires on the other side of the river at the forks, the Greenway. The Diocese forces are not far, but there is a river and a muddy battlefield between them and you. I will not make you roll for that because as it's getting darker, it's kind of hard to miss the campfires.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and head back. And how long does that last? After an hour. Yeah, I'll come back. I'll make my way back and inform Orna and Arvax. They're just on the other side of the Greenway. Oops. They are just on the other side of the Greenway. They're setting up camps. I think it's probably a good idea. That we are aware that we split and take off at first light.
Probably the best plan.
Orna, everyone needs to rest. I will set up a watch.
I'll take first.
I'm
All right.
going to.
All right, Perry, with your... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna go and find a spot to trance out for 4 hours.
I'll once we get children, first I'll tell Orna that I'm sorry we didn't get here sooner.
You showed up when it counted.
Yeah, earlier would have probably been more helpful though. But I'm gonna take a watch, but I'm not gonna go off where no one can see me, but I'm gonna kind of be out of the way.
Is anyone else going to take a first watch with Arvax?
The dog is going to patrol about 95 feet away from me towards where they are.
Okay. Perry, with your 20 passive perception, you catch Orna talking to a young, very slim-looking female half-orc who has there's kind of a slight luminescence to their skin in the moonlight, and you hear Orna say, "Contact the war chieftain Gruhaka."
Oh, nice.
So you hear that.
Does Peregrine know who that is?
Roll me a straight intelligence.
Oh no. See. Probably not.
No.
Okay.
You do know that the Finn usually do not throw the title war chieftain out, though. Like, Orna is tribe leader.
So she's calling in the big guns.
Like, calling in a war chief does sound important.
Just big boss.
Yeah, big boss. Shit is pretty serious.
At least she didn't say, "Bring in horde boys. Tell them to do big jumper." All I know is that someone made a joke about that to describe Warhammer with the orcs.
Yeah.
With teeth.
That is the thing.
Big jumper with teeth. So you hear that before folks start to drift off. Arvax, give me that perception check because you're doing first watch. Other than it is eerily quiet for as much noise as there was just moments or just hour. Hold on. I can't hear what she's yelling. And her headphones ran out of battery. We have had all the technical difficulties tonight.
Bruh.
All of them. Every last ones of them. Because we currently are not online because OBS is no longer uploading. I got to figure out if this is a bandwidth issue or if this is a issue with my OBS contacting our account because I've updated it twice.
I would imagine it's probably because fallout because of the storms. There's a lot of shit that's probably temporarily fixed.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. My headphones died and need to be charged badly.
So with the 20, it's just eerily quiet, Arvax, for as much noise as there was a few hours ago.
Okay. I will stay on watch and reflect on things. And yeah.
All right, anybody taking second watch, or y'all going to let the Drozai do that?
I'll help them. Or I'll let Gestalt do it if he wants to do it.
Okay, so Gestalt, give me that perception check.
Where are the kids sleeping? Are they like
They're on the boat, like one end with wounded on the other.
okay? Peregrine's not gonna be necessarily like at watch, but she is gonna be like kind of posted out with them, trying to like kind of help keep an eye out. So if something happens, she'll be right there.
Okay. Gestalt, again, just like I said for Arvax, as much noise as there was hours ago, this is just weird. Also, you're looking at Colodosis, who has like multiple pieces of, yeah. Colodosis is just sitting next to you, humming with several pieces of keepers in him. Aspic has like an eyeball. He's not eating the eyeball, he's actually just playing with it.
Is he now like a mini Cyclops?
He pops it into his head and tries to make it look like he blinks, but since he's translucent. Don't do that in front of them. Like one of the orcs is just over there peeing. I don't care. Those guys were jerks. You can go ahead and do that. So, anybody want to take last watch? Colodosis is just going to steamroller off to go get all the dead bodies.
I'll do that one. I'm probably had enough rest already anyway.
And come back as a huge creature.
It's just all these arms sticking out of a jelly cube.
Uh-huh.
Gestalt's, or sorry, not Gestalt, but Colodosis' new attack is what 5 fingers say.
What does the 5 finger say to the face? We are Legion.
All right, so Mulat, give me that perception check.
Oh, that's pretty good.
You hear off in the distance a horn blowing.
Like the same horn that was blowing when we first got here?
You could, yeah. It is definitely an elfin theocracy horn.
I'll just keep my eye on the direction that came from.
And very quickly, the Drozai are going to start organizing to leave and get across the river if you're willing to ferry them with the boat and just go back and forth. It would expedite the process. But Arvax Orna is going to come up to you before she reboards the boat, and she is going to hand you a folded piece of parchment.
What's this?
Something you'll need.
Thank you.
She then gives you a very awkward hug because you are in armor.
Please be careful.
You do the same.
I'll try and get in contact with you when I can.
You seem to magically be able to do that, and one of ours is able to do that now.
Oh, who?
Smeblith.
No way. Huh. Well, that's good. Magic's kind of goofy sometimes, but it helps too.
It does.
I hope the gods keep their backs turned to you.
May they not watch you either. And she will board the boat.
After they moved off, I look at the piece of parchment she gave me.
First off, there are 3 extremely good things to yell and curse at people when you're hitting them with a sword. Underneath it, it says, yell these, it'll make you hit better. The elves think that you have an issue with that. And the other thing is, I will talk to Hagda about it, but I've contacted the war chief. We will help where we can.
They're getting ready to help.
Hmm?
They're trying to
You're cutting out.
prepare to help.
Yep.
I will fold it up and put it in my bag.
So, is there anything anybody else would like to do here before we end tonight's session that seems to keep wanting to break?
What, Jimothy had given me some scrolls. What are they?
Okay, 3 of them are invisibility scrolls. Hold on, are you opening them up?
I'm just, yeah, seeing what they are.
When you open them, it casts them.
Well, can I tell what they are without? Wait, when I open them, it casts. I have to read it. No.
I thought when you opened them, it started the process.
No, you have to read them.
Okay. As you start to slowly read the first 3 to see what it says and stop yourself, they are invisibility scrolls.
So, brother, do you know invisibility?
Yeah.
I'll keep them. Well, actually, I'm gonna give one of them to Shamrock and say, "Hey, Shamrock."
I do not actually.
I'll give one to my brother, one to Shamrock, and I'll keep one. These will help you go invisible, and you write this down in your stupid book that you keep.
Is there a cat?
Yeah, there was a cat in my face, headbutting me.
Getting picked up by
Mojo
the
wants the loves. Neat.
So I have one, my brother has one, and I gave the other one to Shamrock.
Okay.
What do you want for this?
Your friendship.
With whom?
Wait, I'm gonna a favor to be called in later.
Absolutely not.
No, I don't want anything for it. That's it. Just to have it. Use it if you're in danger or if you need it. No, give a crap. Just take it.
What is it?
It makes you go invisible. It's a one-time use thing, so.
Oh, okay.
Okay, do you open the next, or start looking at the next one?
Oh, I thought that was all of them.
No,
Yeah. I would see what all of them are.
I just sent you a message what the 4th one says.
Okay. Oh my god. Is that really what it says?
Yeah, it is. That is what's in the scroll when you see the name on it. You have no clue about that spell. The other ones, I'm going to be nice. They are level 1 spells of your choosing. There's 2 others that are level 1 spells of your choosing.
2 of them?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go around and look in a bit.
But yeah, there's the one you don't know, 2 level 1 spells, and then the ones that were invisibility.
I am not gonna tell my brother about this one. This special one. I'm writing it in my inventory.
Version. I'm actually putting it in my spell book. I am going to copy it down eventually.
I mean, you're about to be moving on the boat, so there's probably a good chance you would have time to write it down.
Yes. However, how big is this river?
Like, how long is it or how wide is it?
How wide and or deep is it?
It takes a minute to get the boat back and forth across the river, loading the members of the Drozai clan onto it. So it's about as wide as, like, I would say the Washita River is here. Like maybe a good 150 or so feet.
Okay. That should be big enough. I am going to. Still there?
Yeah.
I am going to I'm going to tie a rope to the boat. I am going to polymorph myself into an orca. And I basically have the rope tied to me in some kind of way, shape, or form. That because an orca can swim at 60, like it can swim at like 50 miles an hour.
Is that while encumbered?
So here's what I'm thinking for this. So what I'm thinking is an orca's speed is what? I've read it. It's like they can swim by like 53, 54 miles an hour. So I'm saying be able to pull this boat about 30.
Okay. So that's what you're doing. Tarl, what are you doing?
Continue to tend the wounded until they leave.
All right. Shamrock is going to grab a nap in his nap spot. Peregrine, what are you going to do?
Seeing if she can help, like, get the boat, like, shored up and maybe help in a way so the towing goes a little smoother.
You're actually fixing the knots that hold the orca onto the boat.
Yep.
All right, Arvax.
I'm just gonna help wherever I'm most useful, whether it's getting people on the boat or off the boat on the other side.
Okay. Well, with the orcs transported to the other side of the river, and you now have orca power.
Yeah, orca power. Specifically, this is going to happen specifically when we are leaving, just us.
That is where we will end this week's game. And since y'all accomplished the goal, I don't think I told y'all last week, right? Y'all hit a waypoint.
No. What's that mean?
That means a level up.
Ooh.
Woo!
Y'all helped Arvax's family. And yeah, you would be able to read while you're traveling. On the same note, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know y'all will have gained something known as infamy.
Is what?
I'm going to say someone needs to go ahead and write this down somewhere on the sheet. You have infamy 1. We will go over that mechanic next time we play, which will not be
Infamy 1. Nope,
It-
that's an exclamation point.
It is not going to be next week because next Monday is anniversary. So M and I will not be available.
13 years.
Nice.
So hopefully next week the internet is better, or whenever, or 2 weeks, or the internet is better. And I'll turn it over to my wife for the socials, and then I will do the schedule.
Well, if you want to watch any of our previous episodes or anything like that, you can find us on YouTube as Team Bonus Action, just like we are here on Twitch. We are also Team Bonus Action over on Facebook and bonus_team on Twitter. Those are the two best ways to find out when we are going live. You can always go check out our website, teambonusaction.com.
All right, and since I forgot to mention this at the beginning, for the next couple weeks, we're still partnered with One Tree Planted. So if you donate to us, proceeds will go to them, and they will plant more trees to make the world a greener, better place. Schedule. Gestalt, will we be doing Redwell Wednesday? Type it in the chat. Okay, if he is feeling better and not having to use chat to communicate, we will have Redwell on Wednesday. Thursday, we will have the exposition. Friday will be Brouhaha that we had to move up, and then we might have something on Sunday. I don't know. We might do something. We might play video games. We might not. So I think that's everything. And since Knox is here,
Well, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us this evening. Until next time, folks, don't let your meatloaf